everyone. Today we'll be talking about solving linear systems. So a linear system is one with two variables that we're going to be looking at for today, which are basically just two equations, and we're going to be looking at finding the solution. So we're looking to see what points make both equations true when you plug it in. So there are three different types of solutions that we can have for a linear system. We can have one solution, no solution, or infinitely many solutions. So one solution would be, for instance, let's say I had this line right here and this line right here. My solution would be where the points or where the two lines intersect. And so my solution for this one, for instance, would be 1, -1. That's how it would look when you're graphing it. No solution would be two parallel lines. As we see, since they're parallel, these lines will never intersect, and so that would be no solution. And then we also have infinitely many solutions. And infinitely many solutions would be when we have basically the same line graphed twice. And so that means any point on either line is going to be a solution. So we're going to be talking about two different ways that we can solve a system. The first one is solving a system of linear equations by substitution. So the first step, if we're going to be solving by substitution, is you're going to isolate one variable in at least one equation. So we're going to get either x or y by itself on one side. Next, we're going to substitute the expression from step 1 into the other equation and solve for the other variable. Step 3, substitute your answer from step 2 and solve for the other variable. And then step 4, write your answer as an ordered pair. So that means ordered pair xy. Okay, so let's try two different examples. Number 1, I have x plus 3y equals 5. -2x minus 4y equals -5. So I want to solve this by substitution. So my first step is I want to isolate a variable. It doesn't matter which one you isolate, but some are going to be easier than others. I like to isolate the variable that doesn't have any coefficients in front. And so I see here that in my first equation, x is just by itself. So I can easily get x by itself by subtracting 3y to the other side. And so I get that x is equal to -3y plus 5. Now from here, I'm going to take this expression, so my x, and I'm going to substitute it into my other equation. So where I see x here, I'm going to instead replace it with -3y plus 5. So that means that my second equation becomes -2 times -3y plus 5 minus 4y is equal to -5. And now I'm going to solve this for y. So I'm going to distribute my -2, and I get 6y minus 10 minus 4y equals -5. 6y minus 4y, I get 2y minus 10 is equal to -5. Add 10 to both sides. And I get 2y is equal to 5. And then divide both sides by 2. And I get that y is equal to 5/2. Or if you prefer, you can write it as a decimal. Now for my last step, I need to find what x is equal to. So I can take either equation, but I'm going to go ahead and do the top one because x is already doesn't have a coefficient in front, and I'm going to plug in my y value in there. So I'll go ahead and plug it in as the fraction. So that's where that went in. So I have x plus 15 halves is equal to 5. Subtract 15 halves from both sides. And I get that x is equal to 5. 5, I can rewrite that as 10 over 2. So 10 minus 5, I get negative 5 halves. So my answer here is negative 5 halves. 5 halves. So my x comes first and my y is second. Okay, let's try another one. So number 2, I have 3x plus 5y equals 13, and y equals negative 2x plus 4. So here my y is already isolated on my second equation, so I can go immediately to step 2. So I'm going to substitute in negative 2x plus 4 for y. And so when I do that, I get 3x plus 5 times negative 2x plus 4 is equal to 13. Distribute, and I get negative 10x plus 20 is equal to 13. 3x minus 10x, I get negative 7x plus 20 is equal to 13. Subtract 20 from both sides, and I get negative 7x is equal to negative 7. Divide by negative 7, and I get that x is equal to 1. Now I need to figure out what my y is, so I'm going to go ahead and use my second equation here. And when I do that, I have y equals negative 2 times my x value I just found, which is 1, plus 4. And I get that y is equal to 2. Now I just need to put that as my ordered pair. My x value is first, my y value is second.